Hey everybody, it's Genoa with The Crafty Mess, and I'm here with another YouTube tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how you can make this cute little Mother's Day card in Cricut Design Space, but it'd be very simple to duplicate this card on your own using very minimal craft supplies. If you're new to the channel, I want to thank you for joining us. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the like button, make sure you also have the notification bell on and leave a comment below. It really does help out the channel. If you've already been subscribed to the channel, I appreciate you for your support. It really does mean a lot. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with the tutorial. Okay, so I have a new canvas. Let me go ahead and build my card. I'm going to go to Shapes, Square. I'm going to unlock the square, and then let's make this 8.5 width by 5.5 on the height. And that's the size of a standard greeting card. Okay. And I'm going to lock the dimension back and change the color to red. Okay. So now we want to add our score line to this, and the score line is what's going to make it easy for us to just fold this right in the center. So I'm going to put this at the 0, 0 position so I know it's right in the corner, and go to Shapes, Score Line, and make the score line the same height of my card. So that's 5.5. And then I am going to position that at the 4.25 mark, which would be halfway between the 8.5. And then here I'm going to change it to 0. Okay. So now I have everything all centered up. So now I can draw over both of them and select them. And I know they're selected because they're both highlighted here on the right. Or I can go over here and click on one, hold down my shift button, and then click on the other one. And then you want to hit attach. So now I have my greeting card with my score line down the middle. Okay, so now that we have our greeting card base, now we're going to start building this card. I paused the video for a moment, so if I repeated myself, I apologize. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Shapes, and I'm going to go to Square. And this square I am going to change to the color brown. And then I'm going to unlock the square and change the dimension. So we want the width of that to be 4 inches and the height to be 5.25 inches. So you just want it about a 1/4 inch smaller than the note card so that you can see a bit of the red border around. See? Okay. I'm going to then click on the brown square and duplicate it. And this one I'm going to change to black. Okay. And then I'm just going to duplicate the black square. And that one I'm going to change to white. And then we're going to lastly duplicate the white square. That one will leave white, but we'll just move it over to the side because that will be the piece we'll glue in the inside of our card to write our sentiment. Okay, so we're just going to work with these 3 colors for now, so I can also move my red note card over to the side as well. Okay, so I'm going to draw over all 3, and I know they're all selected because they're all highlighted, or I could select one of the squares, hold out my shift, and then select the other 2 by clicking on them. And then I'm going to go to Align Center. Okay, so working with the white square, I'm going to click off of all of them so I can click on the white and make sure only the white is highlighted. I'm going to go over to Shapes, and I'm going to get a circle. Okay. In this circle, I'm going to place over the white, and I'm going to just make it bigger So there's just a little bit of the white showing on either side to the left and right. Bring it up a little bit. And then while this circle is highlighted, I'm going to hold down Shift and then highlight just my white square and hit Slice. And then I'm going to highlight all the pieces of that circle and then this little piece that was cut out and delete them because I don't need those. And this is what we have now. All right, now I'm going to select my black square and I'm going to go over to Shapes and I'm going to add another circle. I'm going to take my circle, same as we did over the white. I'm going to size it up a bit and I want to make it so just a little bit of that black is showing. Okay, and then I'm going to highlight my circle, hold down my Shift, highlight my black square. I'm going to go to Align, Center Horizontal, make sure it's right in the middle, and then I'm going to Slice. And then once it's sliced, I'm going to hold down my Shift and then pick all those pieces out of the slice we don't need and then delete. And that's what we're left with. Now I want to select my white square because it got moved to the back, and I'm going to go up to Arrange and Bring to Front. So this is what we're left with. Okay, so now what I can do is I can take this brown and black square and I can just move them over here to the side. I'm going to concentrate on this white one for just a second. I'm going to go back to Shapes, and this time I'm going to get another square, and we're going to unlock it. And what I'm going to do is just make like a seam down the middle, and I'm going to draw over both of these and then align, center horizontal, make sure it's right in the middle, and we're going to slice. And then we can go over here and select all those slice pieces that we don't need and delete. And so this is what I'm left with. And then that's going to go right over the top. So we're actually done with the design part. If you want, you can go ahead and, if you have some Cricut pens, you can have Cricut add your sentiment. I'm going to show you really quickly how you can do that. So you'll go to Images, and then you can search Mother's Day. And then it'll bring up a bunch of Mother's Day stuff. So you can actually go to Project Type and hit Phrases, and it should bring up Mother's Day phrases. And then you can scroll through this and pick whatever Mother's Day phrase you want to put in your card. Or if you have some stamps, you can use stamps as well. I just decided to choose this one. You are such an amazing mom. And I'm going to hit Add to Canvas. Now you have options. You can either cut this out on cardstock and glue it down to this panel that's going to go on the inside. You can cut this out of vinyl if you'd like. Or if you have Cricut pens, you can have your Cricut pen go ahead and write it out. So let's go ahead and go up here to Operation. I'm going to change it from a basic cut to pen. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is size it down. And I'm going to draw over everything, go to Align, Center horizontally. And once it's centered, then you want to hit Attach. Okay, so now what's going to happen is it's going to cut out this wide cardstock, but it's going to ask you to insert your Cricut pen when it's time to draw out the words. So let's go ahead and hit make it. So the very first mat, it's going to say to load white cardstock and your pen, okay? And then you're going to need black, red, and then your skin color. I'm going to hit continue. I'm going to go ahead and get these cut out, and I will show you what it looks like to put the pen in and have that pen draw out your sentiment for you. Okay, so I selected my material, which is going to be a heavy cardstock, and so it's asking me to go ahead and load in my black pen, and then once I've done that, then I need to press the flashing button. Okay, so I got my paper brayer down and getting ready to load in the machine. I have my other colored cardstock ready to go. Okay, so I have my black pen loaded. It's going to recognize the pen first and start the drawing process. And then once the drawing is complete, then it'll go ahead and cut out the pieces. Okay, so on the red cardstock, it is asking that I load in the double scoring wheel because I selected 110-pound cardstock. If you don't have a scoring wheel, let me show you how you can change it to just the scoring pen. So what you're going to do is you're going to go where it says Edit Tools and just go ahead and select up here Scoring Stylus. And then that way you can use the scoring stylus instead of the scoring wheel if you don't have it. Okay, so I have my scoring stylus selected. I'm going to go ahead and hit the cut button. It'll do the scoring first and then it'll cut out the card. Alright, I got all my cutting done. And now I have my Cuttlebug out. I'm going to take the two pieces that are going to be on the front of the card and I'm going to imprint a pattern onto them. Now I could have just as easily used a piece of pattern cardstock and kind of used up my stash, but I just wanted to show you that you could do it with regular plain white cardstock as well and still add a little bit of razzle dazzle to it. Let me go ahead and turn this around. Okay, so I'm just going to run that through. Why is it not going? Okay, because I was trying to use a C plate, which is for cutting, and I needed another B plate, which is for embossing. So there we go. So now we have our two pieces of just plain white cardstock that have a cute little pattern on them. So let's put this up. Now let's start putting everything together. So we have our card. Just going to use the score line. And I may need to recalibrate my machine because it looks like that's a little bit off. That's okay. There we go. So first you need to glue this piece onto here. Okay, that's glued. Now we need to take our panels and then we're going to glue them to either side so that you leave like the opening in the middle. Okay, and now we have that glued. Then we're going to put it on the front of our card, making sure that you can see a little bit of that red border all the way around. Then you want to take your sentiment and we're going to glue that to the inside panel of the card. And the same as the front, you want to make sure you have a little bit of that red border showing around. Okay, so then I have this, it's like pearl stickers. So I'm going to take a few of these pearl stickers and I'm going to just kind of bend it around. And stick that to my card. Make a necklace. And then I have this tub of these larger flat back pearls. I don't like the way that looks. Maybe if I do it from this side. That I am going to use as some buttons. And I had this little pack of flowers that I had got from Hobby Lobby quite some time ago. So I think I'm going to, trying to figure out which side. I'm gonna put one of these on there too. I think that's just very cute. And so there you have it. Just a really, really cute, simple card. Your kids can even make these. And I think it would be simple to make it by hand without any involvement from your Cricut machine with craft supplies that you have already on hand. I appreciate everybody for joining me today. Again, this is Genoa with The Crafty Mess. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, share with your crafty friends, and make sure your notification bell is on. Until next time, bye.